All right, welcome to Trendy Options. It is June 20th, 2018, 10:23 here in Denver time. Sorry about the delay. Had some things that came up, but nonetheless, here I am. Let's go ahead and start here at the futures. Looking at the ES, we are currently up about 8.5 points. We were up a little bit higher, came up here to T1 at 27.83. T2, again, we know it, 76.4 at 27.97. T3 at 28.11. LIS here, 2772 to the downside. T1 coming in roughly here at 2754. Let's go ahead and mark that up real quick. There you go. And below that, we do have the 61.8. So even if price came down in here, I would expect it to bounce here. However, if it breaks down, look for T2 here at 2728. T3 back at the 50 at 2705. Going over here to the NQ, the NASDAQ, or the QQQ. LIS 7309. Little bit of resistance here and can turn into support at 7335. T1 at 7359. T2 at 7490. To the downside, T1 at 7265. T2 at 7205. T3 at 7147. I'm gonna put that line in the sand up there. Sorry, I was thinking about that as I was sitting here talking. All right, YM, Dow Jones, or DIA if you don't trade the futures. All right, so, price had a hard time coming up here, floating around the 61.8, broke down, came back to the bell curve, actually broke down below the bell curve. I was actually pretty surprised in this today. LIS, 24680. To the upside, bell curve, T1, 24889. Have a little bit of resistance coming in here at this yellow line at 25,182. T2 back to 61.8, which is 25313, and then overall T3 coming up here at 25769. To the downside, T1 24490, T2 24173, T3 23950. Coming over here to the RTY E-mini Russells, you can also trade IWM if you do not trade the futures. Every 10 points in this, you're looking at $1 in the IWM. For the YM, I don't know the correlation to that. I need to look into that. And then over here at the NQ, you're looking at about 40, 41 to every dollar for the Qs. And the ES, every 10 points, you're looking at $1 in the SPY. All right, so RTY, line in sand, 1712. To the upside, T1 is 1723, T2, 1738, T3, 1759. To the downside, should see some support in here at 1708.9. Keep in mind, we are above the LIS. If price comes down, it should bounce here. We do have a zone here right at the LIS as well. So again, T1 1708.9, T2 to the downside 1699, T3 1692.2. All right, real quick, looking at here, what do we have? Basically, price pulled back about just about 50% of this candle and is pushing back up there. So I do expect price to probably settle in here around this area, around 2780 to 2783 tonight. It'd be a blessing if we wake up above the 76.4. All right, let's go over here to Apple. There's some news. Something came out. Somebody was wondering why they pushed up. It looked like they pushed up to this gap, which was, once we pulled down into this 4-hour zone here. If you guys remember, we took a position. This was our mental stop here, this red line. But when we open up below it, things change. The overall big picture is that Apple is still within that 23.6, 38.2. So the bigger picture, because we bought time, is we're still bullish on this name. So the short-term targets, we want to get past this little gap fill here, which it did at pre-market. Not sure why. I didn't really look into any news. But anyways, T1 to the upside when we open up tomorrow, we're looking at 190.3. All right, that's where ultimately I like to see us close for the day. All right. To the downside, if we break this red line again, I would expect price to come into about 50 or 88.7% of this wick here. So roughly here at this green line here at 184.31. Let's move over here to some positions that we have. Don't have Amazon, but once again, I give you the entry this morning, and that worked like a charm. And from that zone, if we go to 15-minute, let's see if we can pull it up. I can't remember if it's still on here. I might have taken it off. Yeah, it looks like I took it off of there. That's okay too. We'll talk about entries and exits tomorrow, and I'll do the same thing for Google. Okay. Some things I'm gonna be watching tomorrow is BA and CAT. Okay, both came into some zones. Want to see if they pick up. We did take a trade in BA today for about $3 or $4, and that was a nice trade. Coming down here to CAT, we're in a zone, so ultimately, if we could pick up some pace here, I'd be shooting for just to get outside of this box here at 147. So maybe presents itself for a nice scalp into tomorrow morning. All right, CMG not doing what we wanted to, but that's okay. We'll revisit this another week if it doesn't work out into the last 2 days here. Looking at Google here, same thing. We had a really nice trade in here. Price came up into our target. We got to sell from 5.9 to 12. That was nice. And then it ran up a couple more bucks there. So not too much left on the table. Coming down here to the banks, it's the banks. Not much to look at there. Also, NVIDIA doing its thing. Looks like aftermarket, not much of a mover either. We'll reassess in the morning. Netflix, when does it ever stop, right? Will it ever stop? I don't know. 429.08 is my next target there. If given the entry, today we gave the entry in the room first thing in the morning. You could see it came right into our box, pushed up from there. If you would have taken the entry from the box at 409, you got $10 out of that move. All right, let's go over to Overstock, 38.95 aftermarket. You're looking at 38.95 by 39.95. And, this spread doesn't mean anything. We'll wait until the morning. So what we got here. PayPal. All right, we took 3/4 of the position off. Ultimately, still looking for a ride up into 88, 89 area. Okay. Roku. Up $1.48 today. Nice. Took off the position at the 61.8. Ultimately, looking for 49. And I take that back. The overstock, I apologize. We have not taken any of the position off. It was Roku that we took the position off here at the 61.8. Okay, so I'm looking for, if price can hold above the 61.8 tomorrow, then I will buy out again about 30 to 45 days, looking for 50 or the gap fill here, and then to push up into about 23.6% of this, which gives you about $50. Starbucks, we do have a short on. As you can see, price did come up a little bit here pre-market, tested the drop of the box here. I'd like to see, if anything, price continue to fall into the 61.8 here at $50.62. We did buy out until September. Those were fairly cheap at, I want to say about $1 or so. You had an opportunity to get out today for some nice gains actually right in this area. Tesla, still bullish on this name. All right. Overall, here we are back at the 61.8. Need to hold above. If we can hold above, I'd expect a move into the 76.4, 367 tomorrow or into Friday, and perhaps a retest or a second test of the 88.7. Ultimately, looking at 370 before end of day. Let me make sure. I'm going to go through my list real quick and make sure I didn't miss anything that we're currently in. If we want to talk about trades that went well, all trades went well. I did let go of IWM too soon, but that's okay. It just wasn't moving fast enough for me overall. And also, we didn't have supply above RTY, the futures, and IWM. Sometimes, for those, it's a little bit riskier, right? It's like we don't have any supply above, and you don't really have formations or anything to really let you know where you want to get out of the trade. And for me, it was just moving too slow, and we were able to take 15, 20% off of that, I believe, something like that. So anyways, goes in the book as a profit, but overall not a loss, so I'm happy about that. But just something to note there. Let's look over here once again. I apologize. Give me a few minutes here. Looking at our watch list, just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh yeah, another thing, the SPX trade. Again, Lotto went to zero. What I will tell you, looking back at the P&L, these SPX trades that are Lottos, they typically, I'm not going to lie, take it on the chin. It's the best thing I think here is that we buy time when we get into the SPX. The overall picture is bullish. So therefore, if I look into SPX, I'll be looking into anywhere from 15 to 30 days out tomorrow. All right, and still shooting for 2,800 to 2,820. Going up here, we do have MU. MU reported Tonight, let's take a look and see what happened with them tonight. It looks like it pulled up into our target of almost 61. I would expect a nice run into 63.25 tomorrow. Go up the list here. FedEx. Interesting thing here on this on the FDX 285. It's down 70%. Remember, it was a lotto going into earnings, but the cool thing is it doesn't expire until July 27th. And other than that, everything looks great. So also on Apple, went ahead and sold a put credit spread. Okay, so basically I sold a put, bought a put. So I sold a put at the money, looking for price to close by Friday above 187.50. That's what I'm looking for. And as you can see, it actually came in to 187.69. Futures stay the way they are and everything stays couple static, then I wouldn't see why Apple can't keep this level and above into Friday, which would ring that premium in and kind of pay for the little bit of down movement that we had from the other day there. If you're interested in put credit spreads and you don't know enough about them, just reach out to me and we'll be sure to throw a little webinar here together and to kind of teach that for anyone that may be interested. You guys have a blessed night. Sorry again for the delay, and I'll see you here shortly in the morning.